to A Well-Designed Business. My name is LuAnn, and I'm so glad you found this podcast. Together with my husband Vince and our partner Bill, we have grown our company WindowWorks from the ground up. So I know and I understand the challenges you face in running your interior design business. I also know that your talent alone isn't enough to ensure your success. So on this podcast, we talk about strategies and practical steps to help you grow your business. But make no mistake about it, we have our share of fun here too, mixed in with those aha moments that I love so much. This isn't fluff. Nobody has time for that. Whether you are a new interior designer or a seasoned designer, I am here to help you create and to manage the kind of interior design firm that you dream of. It's straight talk and it's action. Are you ready? Let's get started. Hi, welcome to A Well-Designed Business. It's Power Talk Friday. Today, I want to talk to you about why LuAnn University. Here's the thing. You guys know I did not start this podcast because I was a business coach with a goal of building a business coaching business. Worthwhile endeavor and a legitimate strategy for many others that we know, respect, and admire. Amber De La Garza, Michelle Williams, Stacey Brown Randall, Marianne Cherico, to name just a few of our colleagues who have awesome podcasts and are consultants with business models intended to provide structured consulting to help you improve your business in some way. All day long, it's a great concept. We get free advice each week from the podcast, and we get to know them, and we get a sense if we might jive with them, and if we were to work with them personally, would we like it? This is how I came to work with Carol Cox, my speaking coach. Her podcast, Speaking Your Brand, I love. I got to know her passively. I liked her style, her advice, and I was already sure I would like working with her. The final step was just the formal engagement agreement, but my decision to work with her was made before we even had our first discovery call. So for me though, my aspiration and my goal was not to create a coaching business, but to create opportunities where I could be in person with you. Yes, I do love talking about creating a profitable business endlessly on the podcast or anywhere else. And I want to do that so that you can learn and bypass the mistakes that I and others have made while building our businesses. But my first preference is to do it live, to present in person. So whether it's at industry events or at my own live event like LuAnn Live, this is also a legitimate goal and strategy for having a podcast. And thankfully, it's working and I'm loving it. All right. However, along the way, dozens and dozens of you have reached out to ask me about coaching. And I will say, when it is a right fit, I have done it and I will continue to, because when it is a right fit, I really love this too. But in fielding these requests over the years and learning about your struggles, I quickly realized I am not the one to be all things to all people. I just don't have the skill set to be the best person for all the needs that you have. So as the calls come in, right, I have to say, I'm not the one. I can't do this. All right. I want you to think about this. Consider maybe you've been asked to design a kitchen, which maybe it's not your sweet spot, right? And you might think to yourself, I could do this. It would be a challenge. But I know if I do it, it will actually turn out better than if the client does it themselves. But then that other thought is, am I really the best person to do this? Don't I have a colleague that I actually know that this is their superpower, that kitchen design is their lane, and they for sure would have a better outcome with that designer because that designer has a more efficient and productive process for kitchen design? You see, face it, our inside voice always knows when the answer to this question is yes. And this is how LuAnn University was born. I have met so many talented people. Some are professional business consultants and coaches, and some who are just really talented that I've learned through coaching them or through conversations with them at the different events that they have mastered something in their business and they are able to translate how they've achieved it so that you can duplicate it for yourself. Each one of them has skills, knowledge, and superpowers that I do not have. So I constantly, happily refer out to these people. You might be one of those people that have spoken to me, and when we've talked, I said, not me. I don't have this skill set, but here's who to call, right? Call them. They can help you. All right. So in the cases of my colleagues, our colleagues that already have established professional consulting models, this is awesome. They are set up for this. They are the kitchen designer that you would have referred someone to, right? Yet, we all know there are only so many hours in a day for each of us, which means any smart business owner must start to maximize the revenue they earn for each hour they work, which by default means as demand goes up, their time, because time is precious, it makes it harder for them to provide their genius to more and more people. And this becomes a dilemma for me, especially when I know a particular someone is just the person to help you. Okay, so that was like little dilemma number one I had to deal with, right? Then in the case of our designer colleagues who teach at LuAnn University, these are design professionals with full-time design businesses, not coaching businesses. So for them, the thought of organizing a formal coaching practice, it doesn't align with the mission and vision of their company. But imagine if Sara Brennan, Rachel Moriarty, Arianne Bellizaire, Tracy Connell, Jenny Slingerland, or Kat Anderson, each running six-figure firms, then trying to market, organize, and provide their knowledge and experience to you while doing full-time design. Imagine that. That's crazy pants, right? But then imagine the over 200 designers who have already been through their classes and have created dramatic change in their business because of their classes. Imagine if that wasn't available to them, okay? So with LuAnn University, these design professionals get to show up, teach their superpower, and go back to running their firms, all right? LuAnn answers the needs of so many of us on so many levels. It is the epitome of what I love most of all, a win-win-win. A win all the way around for everyone involved. So win number one is for me, right? I have the confidence that when you need help, especially when I'm not the answer, that I have a genuine solution for you. Okay? Because by the way, just as info, the classes in LuAnn University are specifically designed around the topics and challenges that you come to me with in your emails, your phone calls, and your DMs that I don't have the answer for, that I'm not the right person for, right? So as one topic comes up over and over again, I just like, okay, who can I get to teach this? Who can I get that will really bring this to the designers out there so that they have an opportunity to come and learn this thing, okay? Makes sense, right? Win number two is for you. You get access to instructors in small group settings, live, for real-time Q&A, with tons of additional support throughout the semester built into our forums for additional learnings and engagement. Right? And I like it live. You have the recordings. If you buy a class, you have the recordings. If you miss it, you have a presentation, your kid is sick, or you just want to review them again. But I always encourage you to come to the class live because that's where the magic happens. All right. And then I have to say the other win for you is that compared to one-on-one consulting, it's an extremely reasonable rate, a rate that I have no question that you have the legit opportunity to earn your investment back, not just one times, but 10 times over if you do the work. Huge caveat, right? You can't just show up. You have to show up and do the work. Then you create the change in your business that creates a measurable difference in your business, okay? And if you're not sure, go read the testimonials on the website. This is no longer theory and hope on my part. This has now been proven over and over again with each launch of LuAnn University semesters, okay? So whether you are a new business owner, maybe starting out with limited funds to invest in your business, okay, and you can maximize that by being in the group setting, or you are a seasoned business owner and you have a particular gap in a process of yours or a service that with some focused information in that specific area, everything would click into place. In either case, LuAnn University answers these for you, okay? Big win. And then the third win is for the university instructors. They get to show up. They get to be brilliant and go back to their day jobs. Peter Lang has said to me a couple of times, the designer CPA, Lou, I love teaching. And in fact, he said to me, I was an actual college university instructor in a previous life. And it just gives me so much happiness to be able to drop in, share my information with the students, and still have my practice as a CPA. Okay, this is the same for Kimberly and Jessica Harling. These people love to teach, okay, and to coach and consult, and it gives them joy. And the joy is reaching more people and sharing their superpowers, because with their superpowers, they are making impact on us, our world, and our industry. How's that for a win? All right. Lastly, I always remind you the value of meeting your colleagues, your instructors, and me too in the classes. This is the win for all of us. The opportunity to meet someone that you click with, who you can create a friendship with that goes beyond the semester, who you can continue your learning, and someone to have accountability with, this is priceless. It's just like when Kat French and Christina Bruce met at LuAnn Live in 2019, and when Lauren Hurlbrink and Michael Moriarty met at Power Talk Friday in 2018 at High Point. These designers, years later, still support, commiserate, share, and uplift each other. And it's like when I met Melissa Schmidt at Power Talk Friday Tour in Las Vegas in 2018. Then she came to the Power Talk Friday Tour in High Point a couple of months later. And I just have to say, oh my God, Melissa, if you're listening, do you remember how we ended up spending the better part of the following next 2 days together? And not only how much fun we had going around from showroom to showroom and presentation and all the things, and my presentations and our colleagues' presentations, but do you remember how you had to help me take those blasted, I will say amazing, green boots off me and on all day long because I couldn't do it myself, but I couldn't stand in the 4-inch heels all day? Here we are in the Kravitz showroom and she's yanking the shoes off me. Oh my goodness. And then, of course, in 2020, Melissa joined my mastermind for 2 million plus designers, and the relationship continues on, right? This is the magic of in-person, whether it's Zoom or in-person events. It's that live interaction, right? Because LuAnn University is yet another opportunity to build relationships that last, that help us in all areas of our business and our development as human people and as business owners, okay? LuU is literally the business education that you can't find anywhere else because it is specific to our industry, the home industry. The classes cross disciplines and they are applicable to you, whether you are an interior designer, home stager, architect, landscape architect, photographer, workroom owner, or window treatment retailer. Because me and my instructors know you, your businesses, and what you're going through. This is real education for real problems you face in your real business. Okay? So I'd love for you to check it all out at LuAnnUniversity.com. See what classes we have for the upcoming semester and decide to make a difference in your business now. Decide to invest in your personal and your professional development. Decide you are with it. Me, along with all the LuAnn University instructors, are waiting to meet you, to welcome you, and to get to know you, and to help you move the needle in your business. Visit LuAnnUniversity.com. Decide to be excellent. Thank you so much for joining me again today. This podcast is a production of WindowWorks, your resource for custom window treatments and awnings. To learn how we can help you on your next interior design project, go to www.windowworks-nj.com. And if you're interested in working with me on your business, either through masterminds or one-on-one coaching, or you want to know how to get my book, The Making of a Well-Designed Business, or you just want to know what's going on in the podcast land and where I'm going to be, all of that is found at LuAnnNigara.com. Thank you so much. Have an excellent day.